What's up, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and obviously tipping culture has gotten out of control. I mean, look, the reason tipping culture is bad is not because of, people just getting too nice. It's because corporations, restaurants, and such have taken advantage of a loophole in order to force us, the customer, to offset their labor costs. Like when I go to a restaurant or a bar or whatever, and if I get exceptional service, I can leave a tip if I want. That's great. If it's poor service, I should be able to not be guilted into not leaving a tip, especially if the service was poor. Now, that was kind of bad enough. But now in 2025, 2024 really started a little bit maybe before that. We started with this out of control tip. It went from, tip culture that was bad to tip entitlement, where people started demanding tips. And if you didn't tip them enough, they would shame you on the internet or they would upload videos. Well, this waitress chased down a father and his kids because he didn't tip her enough money. And I guess this is a perfect example where this guy, I understand if you don't have, generally, if you go to a restaurant and you only have enough money for the food and you can't afford to tip, then I would suggest you go to a different type of restaurant where tipping is not the culture. You go to, where tipping is not required, or you do takeout or something like that. But I also understand that this is a dad that was just trying to take his kids out for dinner, and sure, he didn't have enough money to tip what this waitress deemed the appropriate amount. And I think in the grand scheme of things, in the who's the a-hole here, it's definitely the waitress. And then, of course, they filmed it because that's what these people do. Customer chased down by bartender and server for not tipping. So what did I do? Are you guys okay?
That's wrong, bro. There's a cop right there. My brother's a cop. You got to go back there now, bro. Seriously.
There was kids in the car. There was a baby seat and two little kids, dude. I get that you're scared, dude, but fuck that. You have to go back.
All right, I'm going back.
Customer chased down by bartender server for not tipping. He barely had enough to feed his family. He was
I literally just got off of work, but I have to.
Cornered and told him to go back and tip. What? What are they? I mean, what do you mean? Who's at fault here? It's 1,000%. It's 1,000% the fault of these lunatic entitled servers and bartender who chased this guy down and bullied him. Look at this. Tipping culture in the U.S. appears to have become so extreme that staff now think customers who do not leave a gratuity are breaking the law. At least that's what some restaurant workers seem to think, judging by a viral video this week that shows a dramatic confrontation between employees and a customer. The clip has reignited the broader debate over whether tipping in America has spiraled out of control. It's not a debate. It has. Everybody knows it has. When computer kiosks at the airport are demanding a tip for processing my transaction, I don't really think that you can have an argument that says it isn't out of control. Clip has reignited the broader debate over whether tipping in America has spiraled out of control, raising questions about tipflation, social pressure, and the expectation placed on diners. It shows the tense aftermath after a man allegedly left a restaurant without tipping his waitstaff. According to the Post, the bartender and server chased the customer down, blocked his car in with their vehicles, and demanded he tip properly. I mean, these people should go to prison. What are we talking about? This is not a debate. According to the Post, the bartender and server chased the customer, even blocking his car in his vehicle, demanding he tip properly. The clip shows the man visibly shaken, stepping out of his beat-up Honda as the two workers confront him. "What did I do?" he asked, while his children, including a baby, sit inside the car. One of the staff filming the scene can be heard saying, "My brother's a cop. You got to go back there now, bro. Seriously." No, he doesn't. He 1,010% does not have to go back. Footage of the incident was then uploaded to TikTok because, of course, these idiots think that they're in the right. He was cornered and the cops were called. It also noted that both staff and the customer were Democrats, adding a political edge to the story. I don't really think that has to do with anything. Online viewers were split. One argued that, well, tips are not mandatory. The man shouldn't have eaten out if he was not going to pay a gratuity. Look, I think that's the general rule, okay? But again, it's not the customer's problem. It's greedy restaurant owners that want to tell customers that, well, your crappy burger would be $5 more if I had to pay my waitstaff a fair wage, which is nonsense. Okay, it's nonsense. Online view. Another took the customer side saying it's definitely illegal to chase someone down. LOL. Especially not for tipping. One commenter wrote, if they want more money, get a different job. I agree with that. There's a difference between not tipping and not paying the bill. Someone else commented. Who said he's obligated to tip? You are not, in fact, obligated to tip. You can't make someone give you a tip. A TikTok user commented, adding that the problem today, everyone thinks they deserve one. The video ends with the customer retreating to his car, though it's unclear if he ever returned to leave a gratuity. A survey last year found 3/4 of Americans believed tipping culture had gone too far. The research also found that 2 in 3 Americans often guilt tip, whereby they feel forced in adding gratuity by prompts at checkout machines. I never tip at checkout machines. You want me to tip you, put a jar out or whatever. Especially like, I think it's outrageous that people like tip at Starbucks. They're making you coffee. They're doing their job. What are you tipping them for? They didn't go above and beyond. You said, I want a coffee in a cup. They put the coffee in a cup. What are you tipping them for? By the way, everyone should just be going to Coffee Brand Coffee on Amazon. No tip required. Free overnight shipping. Meanwhile, foreign visitors appear to think that tipping culture in the U.S. is outrageous. What the hell is tipping? I don't get it. Tip here, tip that, tip, tip, tip. I've spent 2 months here and can I get a tip? Why do you have to pay you? A man from the UK who moved to America said. Here's a tip. Put some pants on and have some self-respect for people around you. I worked hard for a tip when I waited tables. People like to enjoy themselves while dining out. A few drinks and a nap, not so much. If you upset the dining for whatever reason, they tend to take it out on the tip. Look, a lot of people think that this was staged because this is this has to be like, this is illegal. You can't just chase someone down. I wonder if there's a longer version of this. Let me see. Let me see if there's a longer version. Chased down over tip. Let's see here. Here. Look at what he's driving. His car is all beat up. His window's broken. His back window's out. And you're mad that he didn't leave you a tip? The guy's just trying to take his family out. Look at it. This guy boxed him in.
Bro. There's a cop right there. My brother's a cop. You got to go back there now, bro. Seriously.
There was kids in the car. There was a baby seat and 2 little kids, dude. I get that you're scared, dude, but fuck that. You have to go back.
All right, I'm going back.
Like, I almost feel like this isn't like that he was in a car accident. Like, and it was like a hit and run. That's what it feels like. That's what this feels like, that it was a hit and run. But the Daily Mail apparently says that it was over that. I mean, you have a delivery driver flipping out over a $5 tip on a $25 pizza order. I mean, what do you want? That's 20%. That's a fine tip. If you would have ordered $50 in pizza, then you might have got a $10 tip. This guy, remember this guy? Pretty nice house for a $5 tip, he said.
Hi.
Hello.
Come here, Max.
By the way, people should never let their dogs run out. That's very bad.
Next. Yep.
Thank you.
I just want to say it's a nice house for a $5 tip.
You're welcome.
If he had said that, I would immediately charge back the tip amount and make sure that idiot was fired. You know, here you have ramen restaurant owner in Illinois chases down customer for demanding a tip for their $20 bowl. I pay for my food. I handed you a 20, the customer said. Shut your effing mouth. How are my staff supposed to make money? Well, again, pay them. You charge $20 for a bowl of ramen. You should have enough money. You should bake in enough money to pay your staff. You know, here, a Florida pizza delivery driver pokes a pregnant customer 14 times because she was upset about a $2 tip. Brianna Alvaro was upset over a $2 tip after delivering a pizza to a motel in Kissimmee, Florida, and returned with an accomplice to try and take their life. Over $2. I mean, I don't really understand how in the heck we got here, but now that we're here, I mean, yes, tipping culture has gotten way out of control. The idea that $5 on a $25 pizza order is enough, that's plenty. I don't even understand how you could think that's not enough. Again, if you don't want to be living your life at the behest of other people's tips, then you should not do a job that requires tips. $5 on $25 is fine. If you go to a restaurant and you purposely don't tip, again, if you don't have money to tip and you know that this is kind of the way it is, maybe do takeout or whatever the case may be. But chasing somebody down in your car and harassing them and their family and kids, running them off the road, yeah, I'd say we've gone a little too far. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.